Right, Scholes, with every guest we do quick fire questions and we always pick a number that's related to that person. So we're going to go for 18 because I'm going to ignore the fact that you wore 22 when you came out of retirement and go for your original shirt number. So here we go. Number 1, favourite holiday destination?
Portugal.
Why?
Because I've been going there for the last 15 years, I suppose.
Have you got a place there?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes, that's why I go there.
Did you play golf
in
there?
fact, I like Malta. I love Malta. I hadn't been for about 20 years and I went this summer. I loved it. Brilliant.
I like Malta.
With the 2 older kids, it was great.
Right, favourite band?
Oh, I don't like music. I don't like music.
But you must listen to something. Do you know sometimes like you go on Instagram and you get a little bit tipsy, you sometimes have a little sing-along, don't you? You know what I mean? At like 2 in the morning. I sometimes wake up at 5 and you like post out an hour before.
No, that's not true. I'm terrible at music. I don't know who sings what songs or anything like that. Stone Roses, all them when I was growing up, you know what I mean? But I'm not a music man at all. You know that.
Funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate, Nicky Butt. Funny, just funny, innit? You just got to look at him and you make you laugh. He did some stupid stuff, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was you in the dressing room at Old Trafford when we was playing for the reserves? Was you not in there?
No.
Well,
maybe. No,
you have the whiteboard, don't you, where Jim Ryan comes in and announces the team. So we're all sat in there about 12:30 before a 2 o'clock kickoff. He writes but in a 4-4-2 formation. You don't remember? No. Permanent marker. He couldn't get it off. Jim Ryan walks in to announce the team. He's got Nicky Butt in 4-4-2. Brilliant.
Right, favourite meal? That's changed over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a bit, yeah.
You went from pudding and chips and pine chips to...
chips, beans and everything. Or anything. I like Italian. Guys, Chinese, Indian.
Do you have takeaways a lot?
Yeah.
What is it you look for in a football player?
Intelligence. Clever players. Clever players with a brain.
You like Ericsson at the moment at United, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant. Hey, right. A perfect example of a player who plays with intelligence, plays with his brain. What? You want to expand on that?
If you could.
How? He's just a clever player. He knows where he is on the pitch. He knows where other people are on the pitch.
So why do you post out on Instagram all the time?
All the time.
Well, regularly I see it. It makes me chuckle. Look over your shoulder and stuff like that.
I don't do it regularly. I did it once.
Does it annoy you?
Yeah.
Do you remember that training drill that Eric Harrison used to do with us every day, that
The 5-ball routine, yeah.
Where literally, if you didn't look over your shoulder before you passed the ball to each other, just 5 balls between...
That was a snap. Yeah.
He'd snap.
Yeah.
If you didn't look over your shoulder before you received the ball...
Yeah. And that was the problem I saw. I can't remember what game was it. They got beat by somebody and it was probably a little bit harsh on Scott and Fred. But they weren't, they were just back to goal all the time. Like you said before, you hate people receiving the ball back to goal. It's the only way they could go. Forward players, it's a waste of time.
If I'm passing to you, where should your body position be?
Well, if I'm that way, on the half turn. So I can still see you, but I can see me forward as well. Do you know what I mean?
So is that what you used to play around the corner a lot, didn't you?
Around the corner, yeah. You saw Casemiro did it 2 weeks ago, I think, against him. Ericsson does it all the time. You see the goal he scored?
Yeah.
Against, I can't remember who it was. But Ericsson received it on the half turn, passed it forward to Fernandes, who's on the half turn, and they score.
Arsenal, was it?
Yeah.
It was Arsenal.
Rashford's goal.
Yeah.
There's just things, small things like that just annoy me. Because I think if you played at Man United, you should be capable of doing that. Do you know what I mean? You'd expect that, wouldn't you?
To look over your shoulder.
Of course you would. As a midfield player, there's no point in having forward players.
That's the one thing about you in terms of like possession. You believe you should get the ball. I know your philosophy of football, I've never spoken to you about this properly, but you always believe that the ball should go into the striker's feet as quickly as possible.
They're your best players. Where should the ball go? To your best players. As quick as it can. No? Do you not agree with that?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's why why I used to release it quite quickly.
Well, that's what I did. Pass to your wide players, pass to your Cristianos, your Giggses, your David Beckhams, Andy Cole, Dwight. They're the players that win your games. It's quite easy doing what we did.
Didn't look it.
Well, no, didn't feel it at times. But it should be. It should be easy.
The best away stadium you've played in?
I always love playing at Newcastle. Liverpool and Newcastle. Liverpool was harder.
You like Liverpool, playing there?
Well...
There's no space?
No, well, that's what I said. No, there wasn't. There was never space. I mean, atmosphere-wise and as big a game as it was, if you got there and won,
I tell you what, are we in Hyde Park here or Oldham? How nice is that? Right, the best goal you've ever scored, Villa, away.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
It has to be. That's the one goal I remember when you scored it. I was like, oh my God, what the is that? That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or the Bradford one.
No, I think the Villa one was harder.
Or the Barcelona 2008.
No, it's a miss kick.
It was a top corner from 25 yards.
You come off the outside of my foot. Do you know when, if you're trying to hit it that way, like a bit of fade on it, it should go outside the post and in the other corner, really.
So that goal didn't go in as you want it to go in?
Well, I don't think I was thinking of doing that. I think I was just hitting the target, to be honest with you. But when it goes towards the keeper in that way, you don't mean that. No chance.
Is that the most important goal you ever scored?
Most important, yeah.
Favourite superhero, change of tact here. Are you into superheroes?
No. Superhero? Superhero?
You're like Batman and...
Yeah, I know who the superheroes are. I'm just not into them.
What's your greatest football moment?
Greatest football moment? I quite like scoring in the FA Cup final.
Against Newcastle?
Against Newcastle. I know it wasn't the most biggest game. You can
It's
score a
quite
goal in, but
big. Contributes to a treble.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought FA Cup as a kid growing up. FA Cup was the big thing playing at Wembley.
If there was a movie on your life, which actor would play Paul Scholes?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know.
It's a bit deep for you, this, isn't
Yeah, forget that, Des. Crack on. Another one. You decide.
Who am I thinking for you?
Who could play me?
Damien Lewis?
Oh, because he's got ginger hair. No, why not?
People are like these quick fire questions, Scholes. They're
Not
like
very
them.
quick fire though, are they? No, but you asked me a question. I thought, right, it's quick fire answer, so yes or no, and then you keep staring at me. What? A quick fire. Crack on.
Gary Neville's long fire round.
Yeah.
Which current young player do you think will be the best in the world?
Oh.
You saying Mbappe?
Yeah.
Why not? Why? I'd go Haaland.
I'd go Mbappe. I think there's more to his game. He's not just an out-and-out centre forward, is he?
Do you mean he can dribble?
He can
beat
go
people?
wide. He can dribble past people. He's quick. He can play 1-2s. Haaland. Look, Haaland's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but he's a goal scorer, isn't he?
Do you know something? So I was looking at you, and I know your relationship you had with Ruben van Nistelrooy.
Yeah.
'Cause you
I
think
love playing with him.
I think Haaland would get more goals off you than Mbappe.
Well, that wasn't the question, though, was it? No, I'm deadly serious. That wasn't the question. I agree with you. I love playing with Rude. I love playing with that type of player.
Talk to me about that, because we argue about this quite a bit. Or
About Rude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We argue about
Loved
this.
him.
I love Rude. We both love Rude.
No, you don't.
No, I do. But I say Manchester United needed counter-attacking players. It needed power and pace. So when we had, like, York and Cole, or we had Rooney and Tevez, or, those types of those power players that ran the channels, they were sort of pressing. We were very different with Rude, but you liked that period with Rude, didn't you?
I love playing with Rude because I knew what he wanted without speaking to him, if you know what I mean.
Do you remember when the boss used to say, "There's only Scholes can see his runs. The rest of you get your heads up." Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that, no.
You remember that? I remember stuff like that. You're the only one that spotted his runs because they were that subtle.
No, I don't think that's true.
He made like little darting little...
Yeah, I just knew what he wanted, and at that time I was playing number 10, really, when I weren't playing centre midfield. So I just... Do you know what football's all about, then? Relationships with people. I don't think you see a lot like these days, do you?
But I wanted someone who ran in the channel.
Yeah, I know. I know, to pull you out of shit, yeah. To make you look a better footballer than you actually were. Just hit that space so someone can run, which is Tevez, Rooney, perfect.
Zaha,
brilliant.
Hughes, Cole, York, they ran the... They were there.
Yeah, but
I looked up, they were there.
Yeah,
not these subtle
yeah.
little through passes to Rude.
Well, that wasn't your job, was it?
No, it definitely wasn't.
No.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Be more professional.
You were professional. You played till 38 for Man United, winning 11 Premier League titles.
Yeah, but I was never...
Do you mean because you didn't do the gym, because you've had a few beers,
I was never built to be a footballer. Even going back to being a kid, you know what I mean? growing up, I was never built to be a footballer or an athlete, and I never was an athlete. I think you, Phil, Bex, you were all... It was like you're always going to be footballers from being 14, 15. I was never primed to be a footballer, do you know what I mean? Because of probably the way I lived.
So you had asthma,
well,
you were small, you couldn't run quickly, you didn't have
fat,
great... I mean, it's a phenomenon, really.
That's what I mean.
That's why I was saying it's a phenomenon, really, what you achieved with your ability and your awareness.
Yeah, because, like I said, my lifestyle as a kid, if you saw any kid doing it now, you'd say never in a million years would play football for anyone.
Do you know something? I remember, like, when you used to go home on the bus, didn't you, from training ground at the cliff?
Yeah.
And you used to stop for a few...
3 buses.
3 buses with it to get home?
Yeah.
And on a Friday, you'd have a few pints on the way home before the game on Saturday, wouldn't you?
I know, yeah. Fucking crazy, madness. But
I knew what alcohol was, me, between the ages of 16 and 20.
I know. But that was
What was
just...
it, like 4 pints, 3 pints, what was it?
Well, sometimes me and Rise were staying there till 8, 9 o'clock at night from 12:30. No, I'm not proud of this, honestly.
Before the youth team games on Saturday?
Yeah, before A and B teams on a Saturday morning.
And still be all right?
Well, sometimes, most of the time. But that was my lifestyle. I was brought up round pubs as a kid. I mean, wherever I went with my mum and dad, it involved a pub. Do you know what I mean? Whether I was outside the pub kicking the ball against the wall, because kids weren't allowed in the pub, so I was just outside waiting for my mum and dad all the time, really. And my lifestyle, diet-wise, food-wise, I remember once, probably 16, 17, 18, when I was with the youth team, with Eric Harrison, he rang me dad and said, we're a bit worried about Paul's drinking.
Did they know about it?
Well, they must have done, yeah. I don't know how. So whether someone grasped me up or what, I don't know.
Probably Phil.
Yeah. Said we're a bit worried about Paul's drinking. And I always remember my dad saying, he said to him, he's allowed to enjoy himself, innit? I was thinking, Dad, you shouldn't really be saying that. No, he don't drink, Well, that's what I was brought up, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes on a Monday, was going out.
Were you drinking that many times in a week? I didn't know that myself.
No, well, I didn't tell anybody anything, did I? Up to about, when I got to 18, yeah, I probably was. Because all my mates, I was just around the pub all the time. I used to go and watch my mates play football on Sunday morning in a pub.
You sometimes used to play on a Sunday morning, didn't you, with your mates? Or you play cricket or what?
I played a bit of cricket, yeah.
Did you not play, you carried on playing football and stuff, didn't you?
No, I didn't play football with them, no.
Right.
I played a bit of cricket. It wasn't until I was about 20, 21, possibly 22 that I stopped it all, really, because I realised there's just no way you can carry on doing that. There's no chance.
Yeah. The scariest moment with Sir Alex, was it when you didn't turn up for that game? I mean, I was bullish that.
Stupid. Yeah, it probably was, having to face him after it all.
Explain to people what happened there, because with the game on the Sunday at Anfield, and he left you out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then with the game on the Monday night in the League Cup against Arsenal, it's never happened before, with 2
No,
games on the bounce.
Yeah, well, I was pissed off being left out in the first place.
And you just didn't turn up to meet up, did you, to go down to Arsenal?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Stupid. I did stupid things when I was a kid, when I was younger. Yeah, he left me out on the Sunday and I was pissed off. Do you know what? Sometimes, when I got left out most of the time, I knew the reason why, because I hadn't played well the week before, so I could take it out, I was fine. You see some players just can't accept it, whether they play badly or not, but I can't remember what the game was before, but I was just really pissed off that he didn't pick me in that game. And we were getting beat, we weren't playing very well.
We got beat on the game, we actually got beat
at
Liverpool.
Well, we were getting beat in the game, not playing very well. I'm thinking at our time he's going to bring me on. And he didn't. And I just thought, because I was wound up right from the start of the game anyway. My head had gone. And I was thinking, right, he's going to bring me on. And I don't know if you imagined it, it's like, I felt like he was doing it on purpose.
Right.
So
it's personal.
I'm not bringing him on because I'm going to play him tomorrow.
Right.
So at that time, it was like a League Cup game, and you normally play the reserves, you play the young lads, don't you?
Yeah.
And at that time, I thought he was doing it. I just felt, I had it in me. Probably meant that, my head had just gone. Sometimes your head goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your head just goes, and I thought he was doing it on purpose. He weren't bringing it on, he was leaving it and leaving it and leaving it, and thinking, right, there's 10 minutes in there, I can play, and I can go ahead and play tomorrow. So I'd just gone, and I went home and still fuming, and I think we were meeting at Stockport that night at the train station, and I actually drove to the train station.
Oh, did you?
And told him I weren't going.
Oh, right, you know that.
I pulled up next to him in the car park.
Oh, right.
The gaffer was there in his big Mercedes. on the window. I said,
It's
I'm not
even
going.
more bullish than I thought.
Fucking crazy, stupid. But my head had gone. And then after that game, it was an international break. So it just went on and went on and went on. And
He carried it on with you?
No, he didn't carry it on, no.
He fined you 2 weeks' wages, did he?
Yeah, there was no contact because I was with England.
Oh, right.
So I had to wait 10 days before. Yeah.
Right, I don't remember that.
Do you know what? I don't think he went mad. He just said, just fine me 2 weeks' wages. I apologised. I didn't think I'd survive after that. I thought
you'd get rid of it?
I thought I'd be gone, yeah.
Have you ever cried at football?
Once when I was a kid when we lost the final. Once. Manchester United Sunday League, we lost to Fletcher Moss, I think, playing for St Thomas Moss.
You upset?
Yeah, it was I must have been 9 or 10 or something, but yeah, that's the only time I ever remember crying at football. I nearly cried. Do you know when City beat QPR and we won at Sunderland? That was bad.
No, but that's nice that you admit that, because it means, obviously, people knew you cared.
No, I don't
But
know.
was that, I was in the City Stadium that day. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
But do you know what, though? It made it worse because City playing QPR, I just didn't think it'd be a problem, you know what I mean? We went to Sunderland thinking, it don't matter, no, it don't matter. Oh, well, I think we won 1-0.
United's game finished and you won the league and you just...
Well, we didn't think we won the league. You don't think like that, do you? Because I think it was 2-1 when our game finished.
Right.
I'm sure it was 2-1 when our game finished, and then that happened, and you see, even now when you see Martin Tyler and Aguero and all that stuff.
I always thought that about you, because for me, City was never a problem for me, but City always was the biggest game for you, wasn't it? You didn't like them at all, did you?
No.
But for me, it was always Liverpool.
Yeah, no.
And I always found that dynamic, because I think Nicky was more City as well.
Well, we were more Manchester lads than you, really, weren't we?
Yeah.
And all I knew growing up was you have a City fan and a United fan. So that was probably why. Liverpool was a big game, yeah, but City was always the one for me. Even when they were in League One, whatever they were in, they were always the one.
How does it make you feel now with what they're doing? A bit of respect.
Yeah, a lot of respect because of how good they are at what they do, I suppose. It's obviously you'd like it the other way around, wouldn't you? But it isn't, and you have to admire a team like that, what they do. They're brilliant, aren't they?
Right, we'll go a bit more lighter. You're stuck on an island and can have 3 people with you.
Oh, this shit. It's shit, this, isn't it?
Who are you choosing? Come on, take your time. I'm really happy in this park in Oldham.
Well, I've got 3 kids, haven't I? So, 3 kids. So I told you a shit question. Shit question, you get a shit answer.
How would you like to be remembered?
Don't care. People remember how they want to remember you, don't they? As a good footballer, I suppose, that's it. Don't care about anything else.
The only people who seem to respect you in football, or normally respect you, are the people who you played with, and international players and players in the Champions League who realise what type of player you were. And that actually, in this country, fans maybe don't respect you as much if you weren't a United fan. Do you feel that, or...?
Yeah, no, that's probably true. But it doesn't bother me, because they're the most important people, the people you play with, I think. The people you play for and the people you play with.
And the players you played against internationally. And you get some unbelievable people saying that you were the best English player of the generation.
Yeah, and of course that's brilliant, of course it is, but ultimately the only people I wanted to please as a footballer was the people I was playing with, or for.
Who was your favourite partner to play with in midfield? That's a tough one, isn't it?
It didn't really matter to me. Playing with Nicky, playing with Roy, Michael Carrick. I loved playing with all of them. It wasn't great playing with people who... attacking people. Do you know what I mean? I needed somebody who played that position really well.
So like someone like Veron, you mean? Who was a bit more...
Yeah, me and Veron would be a disaster. I think me and Anderson did it once. No, it's not working, is it? Just 2 lads who just don't care about defending. Do you know what I mean? I don't know the position that well. But it worked better with a Michael or a Roy or a Nick Hugh. They were brilliant at playing the position they knew. And I didn't know the position that well. I didn't play the position that well, as you'll know. You were always moaning about staying with runners, weren't you, and stuff, and can you get him? He's running onto you, you can see him, can't you? But yeah, I had to play with somebody who was disciplined.
I used to say stay with your runner, but I always used to remember if the ball went to our goalkeeper and I didn't sprint wide to get on it quickly, because I was like...
You never did. Is that a ball? boot it.
Let's get forward, let's get up. Let's get up behind it. Yeah. Right, final question. Last minute penalty, who's taking that for your life?
Ruud van Nistelrooy, all day long.
Ruud van Nistelrooy is. Right, Scholesy, that's the long fire questions.
It was long fire, yeah. Quick fire, long fire.